Hello dear students, welcome in science class. I hope you must have seen the previous video that I have shared with you. Okay, in which we have studied about the mixtures, homogeneous mixture, heterogeneous mixture, and we have differentiated solution, suspension and colloidal with the help of activity. Okay, in today's session we will learn more about the solution. But before that, I would like to share the learning outcomes with you that you are going to achieve after completing the topic of solution. You will be able to define solution. You will be also able to identify the two main components of the solution, that is the solute and solvent. You will be able to explain the properties of the solutions. You will be able to calculate the concentration of solution. Okay, how we are going to calculate? Let's see. Okay, so first question arises here, that is, what is a solution? So what is a solution? As we have studied in the previous video, that a solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more substances, in which two or more substances mixed homogeneously. Homogeneous means they are uniformly distributed. Okay, all the particles of the two substances get mixed uniformly. That is the homogeneous mixture. As we have seen in the activity, when we dissolved salt in water, all the particles of the solute get evenly distributed in the water, and we are not able to see any demarcation, okay, or any distinct boundary of salt and water in the solution, okay, in that salt solution. So students, solutions that are also known as true solution. Okay, it is also known as true solution. Students, move to the next, that is, every solution is having two components. Okay, one is the solvent and other one is solute. Solvent is the dissolving phase in which the solute get dissolved, and solute is the dissolved phase जो dissolved हो जाता है. Okay, so what do you mean by the solvent? It is that component of the solution which usually present in larger amount. जो ज़्यादा amount में present होता है, that is called the solvent. Or you can say that component of the solution that dissolves the other component in it, जो अपने में दूसरे component को dissolve कर लेता है. Okay, so what is the solute? That usually present in lesser quantity. That component of the solution that usually present in lesser quantity, or we can say that dissolved in the solvent, जो solvent में dissolve हो जाता है, that is called the solute. For example, as we have taken in the activity salt solution, we have dissolved salt in the water. So our salt is the solute that we have taken in lesser quantity and that get dissolved in the water, and our water is the solvent. Okay, understood? Solvent and solute, larger amount, lesser amount. Okay, dissolves the other component in it, अपने आप में दूसरे को dissolve कर लेता है और ये दूसरे में dissolve हो जाता है. Now next studied about the examples of the solutions. Okay, on the basis of the states of the solute and solvent, we can classify them in the following ways. Okay, let's think about the example of solid in solid solution. Do you have any idea? कौन सा एग्जाम्पल आप ले सकते हो solid in solid? Solid in solid, the best example is of alloys. Okay, what are alloys? Alloys are homogeneous mixtures of metals, two or more metals, two or more metals, or you can say two or more metals and non-metals. ये होमोजेनस मिक्सचर है जिसमें या तो दो या दो से ज़्यादा मेटल्स मिक्स हो सकती हैं या दो या दो से ज़्यादा मेटल्स और नॉन मेटल्स मिक्स हो सकती हैं. दैट आर कॉल्ड alloys. Okay, and you are not able to separate these alloys into their components by the physical methods. Okay, by the physical method, simple separation, filtration, evaporation से आप इनको separate नहीं कर सकते हो. Okay, पर आप इनको alloys को mixture क्यों कहते हैं? Why we are considering alloys as a mixture? Because it shows the properties of its constituents. मतलब जिन metals का बना है उनकी properties को exhibit करते हैं, and that metals or non-metals can present in any ratio. In any ratio they can be mixed together. For example of the alloy is brass. Brass is a mixture of approximately in this 30% zinc is there and 70% copper. Okay, so in the variable composition we can mix together and we will get brass. Okay, so this is the example of solid in solid. Students, are you able to tell me which one is the solute and solvent in this mixture of brass? The lesser quantity, जो lesser quantity में लिया गया that is the solute, और जो ज़्यादा amount में लिया गया that is the solvent. Okay. Now come to the next one, that is solid in liquid. Okay, think for the example in which the solid is get dissolved in liquid. Various examples we are having. Okay, one is the salt solution. Salt solution in water. So salt is solute and water is solvent. Sugar solution. Sugar solution in water. Sugar is solute and water is solvent. One more example is there, that is solution of iodine in alcohol. Iodine in alcohol. Iodine, it's a solid, it's a solute, and alcohol is liquid and it is the solvent. And listen carefully, the solution of iodine in alcohol is known as tincture of iodine, known as TINCTURE, tincture of iodine. Okay, what is tincture of iodine? That is solution of iodine in alcohol. Iodine, it's a solid, and alcohol, it's a liquid. So it is the example of solid in liquid. Understood? So here we have done with the solid in liquid. Now think for the next example, liquid in liquid. Liquid in liquid. Alcohol in water. Milk in water मत सोचना. Okay, that is the colloidal solution. वो हम देख चुके हैं. Alcohol in water. Oil in water भी नहीं सोचना है. Okay, because they uniformly mixed up नहीं होते हैं. Understood? So alcohol, it's solute and water is the solvent. हाँ जी, move to the next one. Gas in liquid. Any example gas in liquid? Yes, very good. Yes, that is aerated drinks. Aerated drinks. In which gas is there? They are having CO2. Carbon dioxide in liquid, that is the water. Okay, so CO2 it's a solute and water is the solvent. Now think for the next one. बेटा यहाँ पे एक और आ सकता है, ऑक्सीजन डिजोल्व इन वाटर, है ना? आपको मालूम है ना एक्वेटिक एनिमल्स कैसे लेते हैं ऑक्सीजन? दैट इज डिजोल्व इन द वाटर. ऑक्सीजन इन water, dissolved in water. Oxygen is the solute and water is the solvent. Now think for the next example. Last one. Gas in gas. Shabash. Which one? Air. Air. It's a homogeneous mixture. है ना? तो solution ही है in which the various gases are homogeneously mixed together. And two main gases are there. One is oxygen, that is 21%, and nitrogen, that is 78%. And rest other gases and water vapors that are present in very small amount in the air. Okay, so here we have done with the various examples of the solutions on the basis, and we have categorized them on the basis of their physical states.
The homogeneous mixture of two substances, one solute and another solvent, is known as solution. The substance being dissolved is known as the solute, and the substance which dissolves it to form a solution is the solvent. Solutes and solvents may be any form of matter, solids, liquids, or gases. Depending on the physical state of the solute and solvent, solutions can be divided into one of several types. In gas and gas solutions, both solute and solvent will be in gaseous states. Air is a good example of gas in gas solution. The solute will be oxygen and a mixture of other gases, while the solvent will be nitrogen gas. In gas and liquid solutions, gas such as carbon dioxide, CO2 will dissolve in water to make soda water. Gas and solid solutions can be seen in the absorption of hydrogen gas by solid palladium. Liquid and liquid solutions are more common. A common example is white vinegar, which has a solute of acetic acid dissolved in the solvent water. Solid in liquid solutions are also commonly seen. In seawater, for example, the solute will be solid sodium chloride salt, and the solvent will be liquid water. Alloys are good examples of solid in solid solutions. Brass alloy is a mixture of zinc solute and copper solvent.
Now move to the next one, that is the properties of a solution. Okay, that we have seen in the activity that we have done in shared with you in the previous video. Okay, so first one, it's the homogeneous mixture, as all the particles get evenly distributed. The particles are smaller than 1 nanometer in diameter. That means the particles are very small that cannot be seen with the naked eye. Nano means 10 raised to power minus 9. Okay, so meter 10 raised to power minus 9 मीटर, इससे भी छोटा साइज है. ठीक है, -9 है तो बेटे साइज बहुत छोटा हो गया. ओके, 1/1 इंटू 9 zeros आ गया ना, तो बेटे बहुत छोटा हो गया. दैट कैन नॉट बी सीन विद नेकेड आई. ड्यू टू इट्स स्मॉल साइज, पार्टिकल का साइज इतना छोटा है दैट दे डू नॉट स्कैटर द बीम ऑफ लाइट. और हमने ये ऑब्जर्व किया था, ओके, कि सॉल्यूशंस डू नॉट शो और डू नॉट shows the path of the light visible in the solutions. It do not make the path visible to us, okay, and do not scatter the beam of light. What term is given to this? I told you, scatter the beam of light, scattering of the light, that is the Tyndall effect. Okay, Tyndall के spelling TYNDALL, Tyndall effect. The next is solution is stable. I told you the meaning of stable. That is when the solution left undisturbed. ठीक है, जब आप उसको बिना हिलाए जो है वो थोड़ी देर के लिए रख देते हो, अनडिस्टर्ब्ड रखते हो, तो सॉल्यूट पार्टिकल्स जो हैं वो नीचे सेटल नहीं होते हैं. सो सच काइंड ऑफ सॉल्यूशन इज सेड टू बी स्टेबल. So what is the meaning of the stable? That is the solute particles do not settle down when left undisturbed. The last one is solute particles cannot be separated from the mixture by the process of filtration. Again, what is the reason behind it? Because the solute size is very small. वो इतने छोटे हैं कि जो फिल्टर पेपर के पोर्स होते हैं वो उनमें से इजीली पास हो जाते हैं, तो आप सेपरेट नहीं कर सकते हो. सो दीज आर द मेन प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ द सॉल्यूशन, और ये बेटे आपको हेल्प करेंगी टू डिफ्रेंशिएट बिटवीन सस्पेंशन एंड कोलाइडर्स. Students, next is the important definitions that are related to the solution. Okay, try to understand these definitions properly. The first one is concentration of solution. What does it mean? It is the amount of solute present in given amount of solution. ठीक है, जो आपका सॉल्यूशन बनाया है आपने, उसमें कितना अमाउंट सॉल्यूट का प्रेजेंट है, दैट इज कॉल्ड कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ सॉल्यूशन. यू कैन टेकन द अमाउंट इन टर्म्स ऑफ मास और वॉल्यूम. सो इन सिंपल टर्म्स यू कैन से दैट कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ सॉल्यूशन मीन्स amount of solute divided by amount of solution, and this amount can be taken in as a mass or in a terms of volume. Okay, now depending upon the amount of solute present in given amount of solvent, solutions can be classified as. अब कितना सॉल्यूट प्रेजेंट है कितने सॉल्वेंट में, गिवन अमाउंट ऑफ सॉल्वेंट में, ठीक है, तो आप सॉल्यूशंस को फर्दर क्लासीफाई कर सकते हैं. वन इज द सैचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशन. यू हैव स्टडीड इन लोअर क्लासेस. व्हाट इज सैचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशन? अ सॉल्यूशन इन विच no more solute can be dissolved at a given temperature. For example, if we are going to dissolve sugar in water, 1 spoon डाला, डिजॉल्व हो गया, another dissolved, third dissolved. अब धीरे धीरे जैसे आप नंबर ऑफ स्पून्स बढ़ाओगे इन गिवन अमाउंट ऑफ सॉल्वेंट, वाटर आपने उतना ही लेना है. सो एक पॉइंट ऐसा आएगा जब आपका और उसमें शुगर डिजॉल्व नहीं होगी. सो दैट सॉल्यूशन एट दैट टाइम, दैट सॉल्यूशन इज सेड टू बी सैचुरेटेड. ओके, एट दैट टाइम व्हेन द सॉल्यूशन इज सैचुरेटेड, ठीक है, जब आपका सैचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशन बन गया तो जितना अमाउंट उसमें सॉल्यूट का प्रेजेंट है दैट इज कॉल्ड सॉल्युबिलिटी. ओके, कि इतना सफिशिएंट अमाउंट जो है नॉर्मल कंडीशंस में, इतना सॉल्यूट जो है वो इतने अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर में डिसॉल्व हो सकता है, दैट इज द सॉल्युबिलिटी. The amount of solute present in saturated solution at this temperature. Okay, the next is the unsaturated solution. Obviously जब आपका solution saturated नहीं है, so उससे पहले जितना amount of solute उस solution में है, उससे जितना कम है दैट इज द अनसैचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशन. द अमाउंट ऑफ सॉल्यूट कंटेन्ड इन द सॉल्यूशन इज लेस देन द सैचुरेटेड लेवल. कि अभी वो सैचुरेट नहीं हुआ है तो उससे कम अमाउंट में जब सॉल्यूट प्रेजेंट होगा, मतलब टिल देन, जब तक आपका सॉल्यूशन सैचुरेटेड नहीं होता तब तक आप उसको क्या बोलोगे, अनसैचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशन. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपने 1 स्पून डिजोल्व किया वाटर में ऑफ शुगर, दैट इज अनसैचुरेटेड. सेकेंड किया दैट इज अनसैचुरेटेड. थर्ड किया अनसैचुरेटेड. अगर फोर्थ करने पे वो सैचुरेटेड हो गया, ठीक है, तो तब तो वो सैचुरेटेड है. उससे पहले वो क्या था, अनसैचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशन. So, if the amount of the solute contained in solution is less than the saturated level, that is said to be unsaturated solution. The another one is super saturated solution. अब आपका solution saturated हो गया, अब आप उससे भी ज़्यादा क्या उसमें और solute dissolve कर सकते हो, कर सकते हो? Yes, कर सकते हैं. कैसे? बाय हीटिंग द सॉल्यूशन. जो आपका सैचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशन है, इफ वी विल हीट इट, आप उसको थोड़ा सा हीट कर दो तो क्या होगा, आपने पढ़ा हुआ है द रेट ऑफ डिफ्यूजन विल इंक्रीज. सो एट दैट टाइम जब उसमें और ज़्यादा सॉल्यूट जो है वो ऐड हो जाएगा, देन इट इज सेड टू बी सुपर सैचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशन. It's a solution that contains more of the dissolved material than does a saturated solution at that temperature contain. ठीक है, जब वो saturated solution था given temperature पे, जब वो उससे ज़्यादा solute dissolve कर ले अपने अंदर, तो आप उसको क्या कहते हो, super saturated solution. और आप super saturated solution कैसे बना सकते हैं, by increasing temperature और by heating solution. Okay. We can write here by increasing temperature. The next is the concentrated solution. Concentrated solution किसको बोलेंगे, the solution having more amount of solute, जिसमें ज़्यादा solute होगा और less amount of solvent होगा, that solutions are said to be concentrated. Okay. कम अमाउंट में वाटर ले लिया, लार्ज अमाउंट में उसमें शुगर डाल दी, दैट इज कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड. ओके. और डाइल्यूट कब होगा, मोर अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर और सॉल्वेंट एंड लेस अमाउंट ऑफ सॉल्यूट. द सॉल्यूशन हैविंग लेस अमाउंट ऑफ सॉल्यूट एंड मोर अमाउंट ऑफ सॉल्वेंट इज सेड टू बी डाइल्यूट सॉल्यूशन. Okay, so these are the some definitions, important definitions related to the solutions.
The homogeneous mixture of two substances, one which is a solute and the other a solvent, is known as a solution. The substance being dissolved is the solute, and the substance which dissolves it to form a solution is the solvent. Solutes and solvents can be any form of matter, be it solid, liquid, or gas. When referring to the solubility of a substance, we are talking about the amount of solute that can be dissolved into a given quantity of a solvent at a specific temperature and pressure. Solubility is expressed as grams of solute per 100 grams of solvent. Only a specific quantity of solute can be dissolved in a given quantity of solvent. Based on the amount of solute dissolved in a solvent, the solution can be classified as one of three types: saturated, unsaturated, or supersaturated solutions. Let's examine the solubility of a solution of potassium chloride. To begin, we will pour 37 grams of potassium chloride crystals into 100 grams of water, that is at normal room temperature, and stir with a glass rod. We can see that some of the salt remains undissolved. We would have approximately 1.5 grams, meaning 35.5 grams of the solid was dissolved into the water. Now we will stir the solution while heating the beaker.
Soon the remaining 1.5 grams of potassium chloride will dissolve. Once the solute has been dissolved, we will remove the beaker from the heat and let it cool. As it does, the extra potassium chloride salt, which dissolved while heating, will precipitate, leaving only the original 35.5 grams of the salt still dissolved. In this case, we can see the solubility of potassium chloride is 35.5 grams per 100 grams of water at 25 degrees Celsius or 77 degrees Fahrenheit. A solution of this type is referred to as saturated because it cannot dissolve any more of the solute. When a solvent is capable of dissolving additional solute, the solution is said to be unsaturated at a given condition. For example, if we mixed only 20 grams of potassium chloride in the original 100 grams of water, the solution is unsaturated because we already know it can hold an additional 15.5 grams of the salt. If we dissolve more solute than a solvent can hold by adjusting one or more of the conditions of the solution, such as increasing its temperature, the solution is said to be supersaturated. It has more solute dissolved in it than is normally possible in a saturated solution.
The next is how we can express the concentration of a solution. ठीक है, आप कैसे एक्सप्रेस कर सकते हैं concentration of solution को? So there are the three methods in which we can expressing the concentration of a solution. As हमने पहले क्या कहा था, concentration of solution का क्या मतलब है? Amount of solute divided by amount of solution. Okay, the amount of solute present in given amount of solution, that is concentration. Now we are finding the percentage. अब हम उसकी percentage find out कर रहे हैं. तो उसके तीन तरीके हैं. One, we can find by mass percentage of a solution. ठीक है, इसका क्या मतलब है? Mass of solute मतलब आप सॉल्यूट का क्या ले रहे हो, इन टर्म्स ऑफ मास आप कैलकुलेट कर रहे हो, आप मास की टर्म्स में बात कर रहे हो, डिवाइडेड बाय मास ऑफ सॉल्यूशन. ओके, एंड यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द परसेंटेज. सो परसेंटेज निकालने के लिए हम क्या करेंगे, इसको मल्टीप्लाई विद 100. ओके, सो इन दिस वे वी कैन कैलकुलेट मास बाय मास परसेंटेज ऑफ अ सॉल्यूशन, कॉन्सेंट्रेशन फाइंड आउट करने के लिए. ओके, द सेकेंड वे इज mass by volume percentage of a solution. means mass of solute है और volume of solution है. मतलब आप solution किस term में calculate कर रहे हो या check कर रहे हो, in terms of volume. ठीक है, इनके यूनिट से पता चल जाएगा ना, ग्राम है, लीटर है, ग्राम है तो मास है, लीटर है तो वॉल्यूम है. ओके, एंड मल्टीप्लाई विद 100. द थर्ड वे इज volume by volume percentage of a solution. means volume of solute divided by volume of solution into 100. ठीक है, हम solute और solution दोनों किस term में ले रहे हैं, in terms of volume. okay, here I have written one example to calculate the concentration. a solution contains 40 gram of common salt. तो ये क्या है, 40 ग्राम, ग्राम है तो मीन्स मास है. अब 40 ग्राम है कॉमन सॉल्ट इन 320 ग्राम ऑफ वाटर, मीन्स ये लेस अमाउंट में है. दिस इज द सॉल्यूट एंड इट इज इन लार्जर क्वांटिटी एंड इट्स वाटर एंड इट इज कॉल्ड सॉल्वेंट. दिस इज द अमाउंट ऑफ सॉल्वेंट और मास ऑफ द सॉल्वेंट क्योंकि ग्राम में गिवन है. नाउ कैलकुलेट द कॉन्सेंट्रेशन इन टर्म्स ऑफ mass by mass percentage of solution. ठीक है, so let's calculate what is given. पहले आप लिख लो क्या क्या given है. One is given, that is mass of solute. कितना दिया है, 40 ग्राम. ओके, नेक्स्ट mass of solvent, that is 320 ग्राम. बट वी नीड मास ऑफ सॉल्यूशन. हमें क्या चाहिए, मास ऑफ सॉल्यूशन चाहिए क्योंकि हमारे फॉर्मूला में मास ऑफ सॉल्यूशन वी आर टेकिंग. सो मास ऑफ सॉल्यूशन कैसे पता चलेगा, we will add mass of solute plus mass of solvent. सॉल्यूट और सॉल्वेंट मिलके सॉल्यूशन बना रहे हैं ना बेटे, तो आप इनको ऐड कर दो. 40 प्लस 320 इट विल बी 360 ग्राम. ये आ गया आपके पास मास ऑफ सॉल्यूशन. नाउ यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट मास बाय मास परसेंटेज. मास बाय मास परसेंटेज. ओके, सो द फॉर्मूला इज क्या है बेटे? मास ऑफ solute divided by mass of solution into 100. Now fill the values. 40 divided by 360 into 100. 0 0 cancel. Okay. It will be 11.1%. Okay, so we are talking about the percent now, so it will be 11.1%. See the another example. Calculate the mass of water and mass of glucose required to make 250 gram of solution of 40% of concentration. ठीक है, आपको concentration दिया हुआ है, mass by mass percentage is given to us and solution amount of solution is given. We have to find out the mass of solvent and mass of solute. So what is given? That is mass of solution, that is 250 gram. Okay, mass by mass percentage, that is given 40%. And what we have to find? One is mass of water, that is the solvent. Mass of water आपको find out करना है. So let it is X. Okay, and mass of glucose, that is the solute. So let y. ग्राम लिखोगे साथ में. ओके, नाउ वी आर हैविंग द फॉर्मूला मास ऑफ सॉल्यूट. मास ऑफ सॉल्यूट डिवाइडेड बाय मास ऑफ सॉल्यूशन इनटू 100 इज इक्वल टू मास बाय मास परसेंटेज. So now fill the values. Mass of solute is Y divided by mass of solution 250 into 100 is equal to 40. Okay, this will be cancelled. 5 2s are 10 and this is 5. Now cross it. Y is equal to 40 into 5 divided by 2. So it would be 2 2s are 4, 20. So Y is 100 gram. Okay, so mass of solute, mass of glucose कितना आ गया? 100 gram. So mass of solvent निकाल सकते हो? Yes. mass of solvent क्या होगा? mass of solvent water क्या होगा बेटे? mass of solution minus mass of सॉल्यूट. सॉल्यूशन में से 250 में से आप माइनस कर दोगे 100, देन इट विल बी 150 ग्राम. सो इन दिस वे यू कैन कैलकुलेट द अमाउंट ऑफ मास ऑफ सॉल्वेंट, दैट इज X, 150 ग्राम. Okay, so this is all about the today's session. I will give you more examples. So you will do it in your notebooks, and in the next session we will discuss about the suspension and colliders. Okay, so till then, take care. Bye bye.